something quite right. It's different whenever you're just completely outplayed, or let's say it's a build order loss, something like that. You can just shrug it off and be like, oh. But it always sucks when you know there was a way you could have won that, or you could have held the push, and you just didn't respond the way that you normally would.
Yeah. Alright, Mr. Don, who we got where?
See, spawning here at the bottom, winning that last game, we have URVoice in the yellow, and his opponent at the top is wangShOji, showing us some awesome macro play that just got caught a little bit out of position. See if he can come back here in game 2, push it on to a game 3 here in round 2 of IvD Yogi time. IvD Gaming. IvD Gaming. Number 71. I'm so used to saying it the other way.
And just so people aren't confused out there, we're just rebranding. We're getting everything switched over. We're still here. We're not going anywhere. We're just kind of switching over, going back to the gaming name. Now that we've got a catch.
Yogi was getting too stressed out with all the pressures of being a famous star, named IvD Yogi time.
Yeah,
so we had to sink back into the shadows. We had to switch to IvD Gaming. His life was just getting too out there. Paparazzo just randomly following him around. By the way, guys, paparazzo is the singular form of paparazzi.
Yeah, and it was really just being kind of stalking me, kind of rapey-ish, you know. So
yeah, it looks kind of rapey. Then you put on your sunglasses, and then the song starts.
All right, and we've got voice trying to delay this hatch. This is the equivalent of picking on an SCV while he's building. It's like just, oh, and finally going ahead and throwing the pylon down. Gonna avoid. Oh. Getting delay.
Oh, input delay. It's having a lag problem probably.
Yeah. Okay, it looks like we're going to come back from that. Looks like he's wanted to give it a chance.
Okay, when I get to 1, you unpause.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you fell at this, bro.
Yeah, I am.
And I got to pause that out and go. There we go. It's like, okay, it's about 3 seconds between each one. That's about right. And it looks like he wants to maybe even put a pylon down here at the 3rd as he's trying to deny this.
Wow. Yeah, I kind of see what Voice was talking about now. I'm having like a weird scroll delay.
Oh.
Okay, that's weird.
It looks like this probe got trapped against the mineral, so he wasn't going to be able to get any more denying, but the pylon has stood now. Now it's a matter of what's he going to do behind it. He's just now getting his forge up. If he leaves that if that pylon doesn't get dealt with for too long, and the pull is on its way, so it should be. But if the forge gets to finish up, a lot of times you'll see a cannon get added onto that as well, and just make it just that much more harassing. Make you pull extra workers off the line. Well, even right now, you know, you sometimes see people go ahead and put that pylon next to the 3rd.
Is this a solid wall, Yogi? This is a solid wall, I believe, for the Protoss player.
Yeah, let me take a look on
I might be wrong, but
it's hard to tell because that cliff cliff, yeah, it's a solid wall.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he meant to do. I would assume he meant to do that. He is a really good player, which makes me lean towards his being Stargate play.
Yeah. Oh, and look at that. He's laying a gate up also on that pylon on the natural. Forcing these lings to come in here, get involved. He can cancel it back off. He's going to, but it's forced a worker, 2 lings, everything having to come in and to clean this, just buying him all this extra time to get his 2nd up and established because it's out, it's producing.
That is not a solid wall, by the way. Probe just came back in. I thought it was because that probe looked like it was trying to go out and then couldn't.
Yeah. He's had to. Right now we've got a queen that's been pulled down as well, which I don't really think he should have pulled his queen for this. I don't think it was needed because there's no power on this. Oh, and I thought he was going to let that go up all the way. So I think the queen was a little bit
kind of good by Shoji. If you don't mind just explaining why real quick. He had another queen in production in the main base that actually popped as soon as was ready for another inject, so he didn't lose any inject time. I honestly thought he was going to go ahead and move that queen over to the 3rd base. that's why he went ahead and sent that down there. I guess he just wanted to go ahead and get that set up. Which honestly, whenever you only have 2 bases as Zerg, unless you're going for some kind of huge push, you don't use that second inject on your expansion. So, yeah.
So
Get this going. Robo coming up. The Protoss player speed just started for Zerg, pushing quite a few lings across map too. I believe that's 10. Yeah, 10 lings.
And with this stalker not out yet, getting through to this. Oh, and the probe moved.
Yeah, it wasn't on hold position.
Oh wow, I thought it was on hold. So now we've got them in the main. This is economic damage you don't want, and we've got the. I'm sorry, the stalker was focusing down on the Overlord. Oh, this is not good. He's trying to get his zealot out just as fast as possible. He's trying to bait these workers in, but look at all this mining time being lost right now.
And there's about 7 workers killed so far too.
Oh.
8, 9.
Alright, here comes a zealot to get in here, and Overlord's lost. But that is such a lot of mining time. 8 workers killed off, like you said. Right now, if we just quickly before they get a chance to get back into it, yeah, that cut his income down in half temporarily, as it's just now. Well, it's still rolling way below half. So he's just now starting to slowly get it back up there. Still going about 500 or 600 minerals behind, but that was a huge amount of minerals lost in the middle of that.
Oh, it was huge, and now he has to use his chrono boost on probes to try and catch up in that count. Because even if he is going another century immortal push, you need that exact number of probes to have the exact economy you need to keep pumping out units.
Yeah.
And that's just going to delay his push even further.
And this
Let's see, right now we have +1 and Warp Gate about to finish for our.
Oh, and the stalker's not microing. He's just standing there letting the Zerglings hit him. He's finally pulling back. Gonna have a chance to get some of that shields back, but that health is gone. And here comes all the gates adding on. 3 gates of the Twilight going right now.
See, I'm wondering if he's getting this for Blink, or if he's just trying to get this for his +2. I would assume he's going Blink with this.
Yeah. And typically in this situation, he would need to be on the. Yeah, he's just now getting his 3rd and 4th gases, but being behind for as long as he was, he really can't afford to. Like, he's been stuck having to chrono out workers instead of getting his build back on track. And that's one of the most frustrating things, you know it as well as I do, of being a player, is when your build gets thrown off that much and you're trying to improvise on what should you do now that your initial plan of what you were going to do just got thwarted so hard. We still got this Immortal sitting way back here and a couple of loaded up workers. I'm not sure what that was about. It's Immortal sitting way back in the back for voice here. We're starting to get more and more units spreading out and more vision for wangShOji. His creep spread's starting to get quite nice. And he's holding one of the Zelnagas. The 3rd is going down for URVoice now. And really nice. He's going to go ahead and start walling us off a little bit. I do like URVoice's. He does a lot of the Terran type walling, and I really like that part. But here comes a lot heading towards this 3rd, and I think we're probably going to have a force cancel here.
Yeah, we really should. I don't think he's going to be able to save that.
Well, look at all the force fields stopping him from being able to get to chew on it, but roaches are shooting from a farther distance. Yeah, it looks like, oh yeah, he forces the cancel right when the cannon comes up. And at this point, I'm really surprised he's continuing to push his army instead of, oh, he wants that Immortal. He was really running for it. But once the cannon's up and the cancel was off, I'm really surprised to see him still sticking around.
Yeah, like at that point you would expect him to go ahead and pull back, or at least just try and focus down the sentries that were in the front.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, guys, we've all experienced this where there's a high-tech unit sitting there and you're like, if I can just pick that off. But those sentries are high gas units and they're energy units, so over time they end up gaining that, and that's what makes them powerful. So if you can try and take some of those out, that throws the Protoss
Going
so far behind.
straight at a gate, not worrying about the army. Going to take this one gate down right there. He's trying to force some more off, leaving the cannons alone and just focusing on. There goes a second gate falling right now.
Well, good job by Shoji. I mean, the second cannon does finish. I don't think he can push up as well, at least until he gets another round of wings in here. So there are 16 more on the way and 5 roaches making their way across the map right now.
And
that infestation pit is just about to finish.
Yeah, and
so
when
let's see if he goes straight into hive.
I'm really concerned about when this Colossus pops, though. Look at the rally mark on it. It's set where the observer mark is. I hope he catches that, or it's going to just be given away. But if it's in the middle of battle, I'm not sure if he's going to notice it just right off the bat. Let's see. Okay, yeah, he does go ahead and grab it. Just had me scared.
Yeah, would be too. We've seen too many Protoss players lose units like that.
Cannon's going down now, and the Colossus joins the fight. Nice force fields that are kind of just holding these in an unusual position. A few of them can't fire, but this is getting cleaned up. That Colossus is really paying for itself right there and picking up 4 kills by itself.
Yeah, that Colossus saved the day. I'm a little bit worried about this push, though. I'm not quite sure there's enough with this whenever all the roaches finally pop. Yeah. And there's going to be infestors on the field as well by the time he gets there.
Interesting, we
don't have Burrow.
Yeah, I was going to say, we don't have Burrow researching yet. We do have that +2 working along. Here comes the Warp Prism. Going to go ahead and warp in and drop what was loaded with it. This is a decent army that he is pushing out. And once he clears these rock structures, he's going to go.
Yeah, you would assume he's going to try and clear that, or try and get a concave here at the top of the ramp, but he might just go for that third base.
Yeah,
looks like he's setting up the Warp Prism to just do that. At least try and force this army out of position, which it is going to be pushed. So now would be his time. Yeah, he's going to push straight to the natural.
Oh.
He's going to be able to have an amazing concave against this Zerg army if it does decide to pull back.
One fungal off. Both of them are still holding. So let's see if we can get another fungal into the mix of this. Not looks.
Warping in the main as well.
Oh, another queen down. Forceful's trying to catch these roaches into smaller groups and doing a good job at cutting them apart. We've got 11 more roaches on the way, and we've got wangShO having to tap out of this game, going down 0-2.
And that was brilliant by our Protoss player, using that Warp Prism to distract the army so he could get the rest of his straight there into the natural. Because that provides just a perfect point for you to spread force fields around.